China, one of the world's fastest developing countries. But the big question is, at what cost? Gaokao, China's national college entrance exam, is considered one of the world's toughest and biggest exams in China, lasting up to 2 to 4 days. If you haven't heard of it, picture the SAT, but taken to a whole new level. Students are tested in Chinese, a foreign language of their choice, such as English, math, or science. For many students, this is their one ticket to a good university. If a student's scores do not meet the college requirements, then there is nearly no chance of attending that college. Going to a less prestigious university? That might mean fewer job opportunities and lower pay. And only a small percentage get into China's top universities like Tsinghua or Peking University. The pressure is immense, and it is normal for students to study relentlessly hours on end before the exam. Competition is fierce. Just in 2023, nearly 13 million students took the Gaokao. There are an estimated 11.58 million graduates from universities nationwide, and this number is only expected to grow. With the ruthless competition in the job market, students struggle for the best universities to secure them a successful career. What's even more worrying is the growing link between the Gaokao and student stress. Studies show that students between 15 and 19, those crucial high school years, are at an increased risk for depression, especially as they are the age range that preps for this exam. In 2017, a survey was conducted to see just how common depressive symptoms were during Gaokao to college. Researchers gathered over 6,800 participants and tested them for BDI-2. So what exactly is BDI-2? BDI-2 stands for Beck Depression Inventory, which is a tool to measure the severity of depression in a person. A score lower than a 13 means potential or low risk of a depression disorder. But if they score 13 or higher, it suggests mild to severe depression. In the study, it found that 18% of students scored in that higher range, indicating signs of depression around exam time. Out of 122 who currently or who had been diagnosed with depression disorder, 39% had experienced their first episode of depression 9 months before Gaokao. That is a huge number, and it doesn't stop there. 13% of students said they still felt it 3 months after the Gaokao. So, what's behind all this stress? Another study dug deeper on Chinese school adolescent stress experiences. It interviewed 20 students ranging from grade 10 through 12th grade and 9 teachers who attended a boarding school in Mianyang City. One finding revealed stress can negatively impact a student's sleep. Of the 20 students in the survey, 2 reported difficulty in falling asleep and experienced poor sleep quality. From both the students and the teachers, researchers noticed 3 themes: academic stress, peer stress, and family stress. Students felt most stressed at school and felt stressed due to the high expectation to perform well academically. Examples include ranking top of the school and scoring high on exams. When the expectations were not met, students felt guilty. One Chinese student named Qian said, "I think my biggest pressure came from my studies, because generally I am aware that our teachers have high expectations for me. I am very afraid of letting them down, and this causes a relatively large psychological pressure. I can't stand others being disappointed in me." Students often feel stress because of the school's highly competitive environment. They felt in an environment where everyone strives for the best, it is hard to stand out. While academic pressure weighs heavily on students, it's important to recognize that the stress doesn't just stop outside of school. Students face family pressure, another large factor of stress. The conflicts between family members were primarily about student studies. Students felt that they were put under pressure from their parents and their high expectations of their performance in school. Students felt hurt by their parents' words, but could not go against them. To understand where this pressure comes from, we need to look at China's deep-rooted cultural values. Education has always been central to Chinese society. Even today, education is seen not only as a personal achievement, but as a way to bring honor to your family. A child's academic success reflects the family's status and values. The pressure isn't just from the school system, it's from parents, grandparents, and the wider community. Everyone seems to be watching. That's a heavy burden for anyone, let alone a teenager. Parents who want the best for their children often make significant sacrifices to ensure their child's success. An average parent spends 120,000 yuan a year on private tutoring, enrichment programs, and extracurricular classes, all in the hope of giving their child a competitive edge. In some cases, this number can be as high as 300,000 yuan. For many families, the stakes are even higher. Especially in rural areas, education is often seen as the only way out of poverty. Parents push their children, knowing that academic success could mean a better life for the whole family. In recent years, there have been growing calls for reforms. In July 2021, the double reduction policy was introduced. As the name suggests, it targets reducing schoolwork for Chinese students. It called for junior high school students to be given homework that could be finished within a 90-minute time period, and 60 or less minutes for 3rd to 6th graders. 1st to 2nd graders were to be given no homework or tests. The policy also encourages students to balance schoolwork with exercise and sleep. Some schools are experimenting with increasing extracurricular activities and encouraging more creativity. These changes are a step in the right direction, but they're happening slowly, and the pressure is still very real for many students. What do you think? Should there be even more focus on mental health and less in academic pressure? Leave your comments below, and if you enjoy this content, consider subscribing.